Man, here we go again. Batman White Knight #2. This is a buy. Go get it. If you watch the episode on the first issue, you'll know my philosophy on this. Stop watching the video right now. Go get it. Read it. It's that good. Sean Murphy. He's doing such a good job with this. I love his art style. I love the story. He's kind of turned the Batman-Joker relationship on its head. And that's what good comics should do every now and again. You know, when Dark Knight came out, suddenly Batman and Superman, who are always friends and buddies and, you know, crime fighting, and suddenly they were on opposite sides of the fence. And you didn't really know what side of the fence was wrong. So they were both right in a way, and they were both wrong in a way. So that's what we have here going on in this. This is the Joker. Joker is in this book, he's very angular. He's drawn different from every other person. And it's you know, it's kind of symbolic in its own way that he is different. He is sharpened in his focus now, and he's a little more jagged. But basically, he's pleading his case to get out of the insane asylum. He's kind of turned the police force on its head. Everybody's against them now, basically from what happened in issue #1. So he gets out and he's loose. And this is, oh, thank you, Sean Gordon Murphy. This is the best bit of house cleaning I've seen in comics in a very long time. Here is Harley Quinn. This is the Suicide Squad Harley Quinn, the ripped up baby doll t-shirt, the over-sexualized, just maniac Harley Quinn, who I have never liked. I don't like, oh. I'm not gonna get started on Harley Quinn. And Jack's coming back and saying, you know, apologizing, and wants her to take him back, and he's got a ring for her, he wants to marry her, and she hasn't really changed. She still wants to burn it all down. She still wants to bring the chaos, and she's turned on him, and she's attacking Jack, and out of nowhere, Harlequin shows up, and you're kind of, you know what, I'm not going to spoil that. Go get this comic. She shows up, basically just puts her down for being this over-sexualized, just abomination of what. And it goes in and it explains why a little later, and it's such good writing. So beautifully done. I'm so glad that, at least in this reality, that this Harley Quinn is back. And you'll see later in this book, it gets even better because she's kind of she's shed the costume just like Jack has, and they're operating on a higher level. Cut to Sean Gordon Murphy. His art style isn't, it's, I don't want to say super realistic, but he has a very comic stylized style. I love it. I love the contrast. I love how you can see, I can't remember her name, but she's very flesh, very soft, very fragile looking in this cryo chamber. And then you see Mr. Freeze, who's very hard, very mechanical. There's not a whole lot organic showing on him. That's beautifully done. It's a beautiful contrast. Whoever's doing the coloring on this, you're doing a great job. This is a gorgeous scene between the darkness that surrounds him, that's sort of his life now, and then the one bright beacon in his world is his wife, who's in this. She has a disease. It's incurable. That is why he put her into the cryostasis, and he's constantly working on. He's done this to prolong his life so he can work on it, and he's turned to crime. But now he's sort of working with Batman to find a cure for him, and to find more a cure for his wife. His cure is her cure. so that he's kind of chained himself to her fate because he loves her. Barbara being kind of a fangirl, the science fangirl. She's a little over the top in these scenes, but it's okay. It's not too annoying. And here Mr. Freeze thinks he has it. They think they have the cure for it, and he just kind of rushes into it. And it's not, I mean, it cures him. He's not reliant on the cryogen anymore, but, and they can do this for his wife. But letting her out, as it did with him, aged him 50 years in a matter of seconds. And if they were to get her out of there, she would age, and also there's still no cure for the disease that she has. So he's free of it. He doesn't need they have the cure to get her out of the cryo safely, but they still can't cure her disease. Here, this is Harlequin kind of, and this is brilliantly written. Harlequin basically recaps to Jack what was going on, why the switch, how this new Harlequin kind of came into the scene when she left. It even alludes to his obsession over Batman just basically dominated their relationship, and she was completely ancillary to it. She was just a sidekick who liked chaos too. So when he captured Jason Todd and he tortured Jason Todd, that's when she went and got Batman and kind of turned and realized, okay, you're going too far in this obsession. And that's when she left, and the new Harlequin that was in the Suicide Squad movie came in and kind of took her place. But now they're back, and she's shed the costume, she's shed the whole Harlequin thing, and you'll see later, it's so much better. They're so much scarier as a villain now that they've shed all the purple, all the brightly colored costumes. Cut to Bruce. That is the Vantage V8 from the James Bond movies. I think that says Dalton 007. I don't know if Dalton ever drove that. I guess he did. I don't remember if that was the Timothy Dalton era, but that's an incredible car. It's gorgeous. He just, Bruce, he just donates it for this charity auction. This scene is pretty cool. It's like, this is another rich guy in Gotham, and he's telling him, he's kind of explaining how Batman's war on crime has been just a complete boon for them, because an area gets declared a crime zone, and then they can buy it up, and it gets refurbished and rebuilt by the government, and then when the government's done, when this program's done, these rich people just own it. So, Bruce's war on crime has been to help Gotham, the people of Gotham. And, in this sequence, he kind of realizes from what this guy is saying that the elites of Gotham are the ones who are actually benefiting, who are actually receiving the most from Batman's war on crime. So it's kind of stark for him that everything he's been doing has been fruitless. Well, it hasn't turned out the way he wanted it to. The elites are getting richer, the rich are getting richer, and crime is still, crime's good. Crime's good for them. So, cut to this, and this is, this scene right here, it's kind of an allusion to probably one of the 10 best Batman the Animated Series episodes, called I Almost Got Him. If you've never seen it, go watch it. Really, the Batman the Animated Series, incredible storytelling, incredible. Bruce Timm, gorgeous, great job on that. In the later seasons, kind of fell apart. It wasn't as good, but God, you'll know when it turns. If you watch the entire series, you'll know, okay, it's not as good now in the last few seasons. Not really worth watching. It, honestly, when Batgirl and Robin and Nightwing showed up into the mix, that's when the series went downhill. But one of the best episodes was called I Almost Got Him, and It Was a Big Rock is kind of a reference to that, and I thought that was great. That was a great episode. Like I said, definitely one of the top 10, probably one of the top 5. So all the villains have gotten together, and they're drinking, and they're talking to Jack Napier, not the Joker. And Jack has the Hatter's hat. And I love it when, in comics in general, when a villain winds up using somebody else's, another villain's shtick, so to say. It's usually pretty cool writing, and it's usually pretty fun as a change-up. So that's what we're getting here. He's using the hat to control Clayface, and they've kind of put Clayface's clay into everybody's drinks. So now Jack Napier and Harley Quinn, as you see, are firmly, they're firmly in the public eye. They're firmly in the public world. They are no longer these costumed villains. So they're free to, as he's probably going to do, run for mayor. But behind the scenes, he controls all of the major players in the Batman's rogues gallery. So this sets up sort of an assault. I can tell Jack Napier's going to put an assault on Batman and Gotham and everything Batman stands for, on both the city level and the crime level. This is shaping up to be a really good series. This might be, I've heard people say it, I'm starting to be convinced of it the more I read of this. This might be the Dark Knight Returns of this generation. This is going to be a great addition to the mythos of Batman, and you're probably going to kick yourself if you're not buying first editions of these. So yeah, highest recommendations, go out and buy it, it's great. I'm Nerdicane, thanks for watching, hit the like, hit the subscribe, tell me what you think in the comments. God, isn't my new phone gorgeous? It's taking gorgeous video. Yeah, just look at that. I can actually... Oh, beautiful. So much better. This is an 8+. My wife got it for me for my birthday, and I am loving it. But thanks for watching. Have a good day, and I'll have another video soon.